What's up, constant readers? Stephen King has written about 100 books, many of them very popular, like It and Pet Sematary. However, he's written quite a few fantastic books that many people have never even heard of. Today I share with you my top 5 underrated Stephen King books in less than 5 minutes. Stick around to the end for my all-time favorite. Starting this out with number 1, Desperation. Desperation was the first adult novel that I ever read. It's in the horror genre and it is dark. There's a vicious antagonist in this one, a spirit named Tack that rots its human hosts from the inside out. The spirit takes over the small Nevada town of Desperation and it locks our group of protagonists inside the city jail. The characters have to work together in an attempt to save their own lives. This is good versus evil on a horrific scale, and this is the book that turned me into a book lover and a Stephen King lover, and I am a firm believer that this is one of the absolute best Stephen King books. Number 2, Everything's Eventual, a collection of 14 dark tales, including one of my all-time favorites, the Bram Stoker award-winning short story, The Man in the Black Suit. This one also has notable stories such as 1408, Riding the Bullet, and a prelude to the Dark Tower series, The Little Sisters of Illyria. I enjoyed every single piece in this collection, and they actually made a movie out of 2 of them, 1408 and Riding the Bullet. I oftentimes recommend this one to people who are new to reading Stephen King because it's not a huge commitment. 14 stories, it's actually time for me to do a reread on this one. Number 3, Duma Key. This is one of Stephen King's least recognized books and one of his most engrossing. A man named Edgar Freemantle retires to the fictional Floridian key of Duma to heal from a broken heart and fix his life, and while he's there, he finds that there's some evil supernatural activity on the island. He teams up with a couple of locals, his neighbors, Wireman and Elizabeth, to try to figure out what is going on and to survive the antagonist, Persai. This one has one of the most unique antagonists I've ever seen. There's no way I could have ever seen it coming, and this is a great cast of characters. Wireman is the coolest Stephen King character. Number 4, a Richard Bachman piece titled Blaze. This is Stephen King's take on Of Mice and Men. The story concerns Clayton Blaisdell Jr., a mentally handicapped small-time con artist who kidnaps a wealthy gentleman's baby son in the hopes of fulfilling the dreams of George Rackley, who is Clayton's deceased best friend and partner in crime, who continues to help him from beyond the grave. I had low expectations for this one because it's one of King's earliest novels, written before Carrie, and I ended up loving it. I love it when a modern artist does a retake on a classic, and I love the homage paid to John Steinbeck here. Plus, there's a very short story included in this one called Memory, which was later reworked and lengthened into the novel Duma Key. And finally, friends, my all-time favorite Stephen King book, number 5 on our list, Hearts in Atlantis. This is a collection of 5 stories, 2 novellas and 3 short stories that are all woven together. The first one is a Dark Tower series companion novella titled Low Men in Yellow Coats. The second one, titled Hearts in Atlantis, the title novella, is about a group of friends who attend the University of Maine during the Vietnam wartime era. There's also a short story in this collection titled Blind Willie, which is about a man who pretends to be blind in Manhattan, New York City, to panhandle. He's a beggar and he makes a fortune. This is the best King book that I have ever read as far as the quality of the writing itself is concerned. I may have never in my life been as absorbed in a book as I was this one. Life and death and war and the Dark Tower are all themes in this one. I rate it a perfect 10 out of 10. I highly recommend it, and I don't think that it could have been any better. There you have it, guys, my top 5 underrated, lesser known Stephen King books. Let me know down in the comments below, which underrated King book is your favorite? We're out of time, guys. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.